Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll run with Cook. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They try again with Cook. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal.
It's just me and you. Sunday. Check three.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And Robinson with a big catch. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one, 68 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down. 4 yards on the dump-off at 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 22, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
That's all right, baby. Going the other way.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Lock in, lock in.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. From just shy of midfield, Winston. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 37-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready? Black 22. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. Open man, here's Foster. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Jameis now, only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's complete to Diggs. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to to the 3. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. They come out here in the I. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Ready. Black 25 behind. Not here.
Watch time. Watch time. Tight end right. Tight end right. 4 down. Check.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Ready. Black 25.
58. Come on. In your face.
Green, triple team.
Following the interception, Winston. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Rip right, rip right. Shift. Wait.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Ready. Blue way.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 47-yard line.
Ready.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another carry now for Madison. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They can't hang with us.
On the carry is Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready. White 25.
Check 45 to Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Back to the ground on 1st down. Here's Madison. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready. Black 25 behind. talking about it and bring it.
On third down, Cook. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards. And now a decision here on 4th and 1. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 33. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Check. 18.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. Lock in.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benardrick McKinney in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Trubisky will throw. He finds Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 36.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now it's Trubisky. That's complete to Robinson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And it'll be intercepted. Hooked up by Mike Hughes.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, Well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling... College football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams. Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Madison. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bears' 35-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
That's good for the Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Winston here to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Trubisky now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benardrick McKinney, his 2nd sack of the night. Another try after the 1st down sack. Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half. And no